Hello, this video is for Camelot331. My name is Shadowswilm. Obviously, I'm not going to use my real name. I'm not going to tell you where I work or anything, or what store directly I work at. But I am going to tell you I'm a current GameStop employee. I'm an assistant store manager, have been for about 6 months. I was a senior guest advisor for the better part of a year. Basically, I got promoted to an SGA or senior game advisor end of January 2019 and became an assistant store manager October of 2019. So, good 9 months as an SGA and now about 6 months as an ASL or ASM, whatever you want to call it. Was a GA for a better part of 5 years. Reason for that, I worked a full-time job prior to becoming an ASL at GameStop. I worked 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week sometimes doing construction for several years. So, you know, 3 hours at GameStop a month wasn't gonna pay me, gonna pay my bills or anything. So, I had to make a living elsewhere, and this kind of presented an opportunity to me to work my way up, and I did that. So yeah, and I'm a current employee, and I think you've been being fed some false and bad information. Now, please don't take this as a an attack on you. Please, all of your 100,000 subscribers, don't come in attacking me saying I'm, a GameStop fanboy and I'm protecting them and defending them and, I think they're the best thing ever. They're not. No GameStop is, no company is the best thing ever. None. Amazon's horrible and worse than GameStop. Horrible. Look up the conditions their employees have to work at the warehouses. Some of them have even tweeted, and it's been in the news. Amazon workers forced to stay at work while dead bodies are laying beside them. Amazon employees unable to use restrooms and having to pee in bottles and stuff like that in the warehouses, being forced to walk hundreds of yards from one side to the other in mere minutes to get items for guests. Amazon is far worse of a company to work for in their warehouses than GameStop will ever be, because Jeff Bezos is making millions of dollars and can't afford to actually hire enough employees and not put strict guidelines in place for them. Again, it's all been in the news, but everybody's jumping on the GameStop bandwagon right now because it's the hot button item to do. Just like, it's hot button item for, big who am I thinking of here? Politicians to say games cause violence. Violence has been around since before video games were invented. Violence is going to continue. In fact, it's actually been proven more so that video games help ease violence and reduce the chance of violence of happening, shootings and stuff like that, versus actually causing it. They tried pulling that on, you know, different music in the 90s with Marilyn Manson being shunned for causing the Columbine shooting, because the problemed child who never saw, got medical or psychiatric help, was listening to Marilyn Manson's music, and everybody blamed Marilyn Manson for it. It's this, GameStop is the new scapegoat for everything, it seems, and video games are the scapegoat for everything as well. Now, again, Amazon's conditions are horrible, horrible for employees in their warehouses. People being forced to work basically around dead bodies of other employees and coworkers that have collapsed, and they're dead, like dead. Like, hey, call an ER or something because this guy's like dying, or no, he's dead. We need him out of the store, out of the warehouse. No, forced to work around dead bodies. Been tweeted, been in the news, and Amazon denies everything. Amazon employees unable to use the restrooms, unable to actually eat on their breaks during an 8-hour shift. So all the hate right now around GameStop is just, the bandwagon concept right now. Again, I'm not defending GameStop in the slightest. GameStop does some shady stuff, just like every other corporation. But I want to clear the air about certain things that you've falsely said. And I kind of want to have an open discussion with you about this. We can maybe set up like a Skype thing or something on Discord or a TeamSpeak or event or however you want to communicate. I would like to actually set something up and me and you have just an open discussion about this. from what I hear, you're an actual prior GameStop employee, but there are some misconceptions that have been being told to you and that you are spreading with some of the videos. Case in point, you know, because I watch other gaming YouTube channels and other news related stuff according to gaming, like Young Yeah and Angry Joe and several others. You pop up on my recommendations. I clicked on some of your videos, and one of the ones I watched was from a few months ago, titled "GameStop Finally Caught Lying: Actual Proof Corporate Email." And in the email, basically said a employee stated, if we get a higher percentage of people who sign up for the $14.99 Pro card versus the $20 card, the $19.99 card, we get in trouble. That is an actual lie. I have not once heard from my regional leader, district leader, store manager, or even other district or store leaders, or even regional leaders, that is gonna happen. In fact, we've been told sign people up for the $15 card. We don't want to do physical. We want to do digital. Digital is going to save the guest $5. You'll obviously explain stuff to them, but don't just flat out sign somebody up for it without their knowledge. And continuing on, further in that same video, you said something about either the email or the person, I forget which, said that we are required to sign somebody up for a player card, the free account with GameStop, after they refuse every other option. So if they refuse the $20 option, the $15 option, we are required to sign them up for the free account. That is a lie. And I believe in the email as well, it said, you are not allowed to skip past asking for warranties and everything else. That is a lie as well. I also believe in that email it said something about, again, email. I'm going to continue using air quotes for it because it's not a legit email. Basically said like, the guests will still get their buy two get one free coupon or something along this line, and you know, or don't tell guests that that's going away. That's a lie. We were told in November of last year, actually earlier than that, I believe September, that this was going to be something happening, that the buy two get one coupon for renewing your account would go away, the 10% off on pre-owned games incentive would go away as well. Instead, people are going to get basically an immediate $5 coupon, and they're going to get a $5 coupon every month, good for that month, from here on out for the rest of the year until their account expires, whatever time next year. I've never once had my district leader tell me, hey, so-and-so, you need to sign people up for this card or you're fired. I've not once had my store manager tell me that. I've not once had other store managers tell me that. I've not once had anybody tell me that. And I've not once told any of my employees that. I've not once told anybody that or heard of, us being required and forcibly signing somebody up for an account. We can use certain words such as, hey, I recommend getting the pro account. Hey, I recommend getting the player account. We can say stuff like that. It's a sales tactic. Go to a dealership. Go to a car dealership. Go to any other retail store. And especially car dealership, because that's almost how GameStop is pitching things now. They use words like, hey, I recommend you get this roadside assistance or the extended warranty, or I recommend you get this. Stuff you don't need. A lot of the stuff GameStop is upselling, people don't need, but you know what? It's good peace of mind. I flat out told my guests, and again, I flat out told them in front of my regional leader, hey, if you want to sign up for the pro account today, it'll get you a $5 coupon. It's going to cost you $15 to go digital or $20 to go physical, but you're going to get a $5 coupon immediately upon signing up. I see you're getting this headset today. There's that $5 coupon we can use towards your headset to get you a free warranty if you want it, or just take $5 off your headset completely. 9 times out of 10, no, I just want the headset, but do you guys offer something different that's not paid for? Yes. We offer a free account. This is what I need from you, and if you don't want to, no biggie. We can still, sell you the headset today. I've never once been told flat out refuse a guest if they don't sign up for it. Never have I refused a guest because they did not sign up for an account with us. Never. I've refused guests because they were personally attacking me or they were trying to abuse the return policy at GameStop. Case in point, about 3 months ago, no, sometime last year, shortly after I got promoted to an assistant manager, I was training one of my SGAs and one of my GAs. So one of my key holders and then one of my regular employees. I was training them. A guy came in. He wanted to return 2 different games. One game was bought 3 weeks ago. The other game was bought 2 weeks ago. GameStop's return policy is printed on the bottom of the receipt and it's on the back of the receipt. It's a 7-day return policy, and I told him, hey, best I can do, GameStop policy, best I can do is do the trade-in values of these games. He started personally attacking me, telling me I would never work in any industry ever again, and how I was a horrible boss, and all this other stuff. And how he was going to call GameStop corporate and get me fired. Months later, I'm still there. You want to know why? Because I adhered to the rules that my company allows me to enforce. He quite literally was getting ready to punch me in my face in front of my 2 employees on the store's DVR cameras. Like punch me dead in my face because I would not do the returns for him because he had done habitual returns like that with us in the past. Most people will be willing to work with you. Hey, it's a 7-day return policy and you're on day 8, you know what? I'll go ahead and do the return for you. Day 9 even. Hey, you got this, the 12th and we're now on the 20th? I'll go ahead and do the return for you still. Or we're on the 21st, I'll do the return for you still, but this is the only time. We're more than willing to work with people, but when people are starting to abuse stuff, like we see there's constant receipt after receipt after receipt of buying something, returning it, 6 days later, just within that return policy, buying something else, the same price, or even cheaper, coming back 6 days later, just constantly doing that, we can refuse service at that point. We can refuse service if we choose to, but never once have I been told I am required to refuse service if I don't sign somebody up for an account with us. There have been days I've gotten 0 accounts, period, 0 pro cards, period, 0 warranties, period, because I'm not trying to chase that number. I'm trying to have genuine interactions with my guests. Just like an actual salesman should do. Again, go to any car dealership, go to grocery stores, go to any retail chain that sells clothes or anything else. Grocery store, case in point. Hey, do you want to get this, reusable bag with us today? It's gonna be like $10 or whatever it is. You can say no. Nobody's requiring anybody at GameStop to sign up for anything that they don't want to. We can use words like, hey, I recommend that you get this. I've had guests flat out come up to me, hey, do you guys offer warranty on this headset? And if you do, what does it cover? I tell every guest I have, hey, the warranty on this $100 headset is going to be about $10. However, we will cover everything. Right there, it kind of leaves it open to interpretation, and I've had questions asked. So I sit on it, it snaps in half, one of the ears stopped working, anything like that. Yes, anything. On this headset I'm wearing now that I'm using to communicate with you, I got the warranty on this headset. I know I'm probably not going to use it. I know I'm probably not going to need it, but I still got it as an employee, and no, I don't get free warranty on the headset. This is a $100 headset. This is the HyperX Cloud Alphas. They're $100. Of course I'm going to protect a $100 investment. Of course I'm going to. These right here that I'm not using, these are the Sony Platinum headsets. I got the warranty on these because I know we will cover everything. If a parent comes in to get games for the kids, hey, I see that you're buying Red Dead Redemption 2. Are you okay with, it being rated M for mature language, blood, gore, and explaining everything about it from the ESRB? And the way I explain to people, hey, this rated M game, do you allow your kids to see a rated R movie? Because it's about equivalent to that. There's going to be cursing, there's going to be blood, there's going to be maybe some use of tobacco and or drugs. Do you allow your kid to see a rated R movie? If you do, then this would probably be fine. If you don't, then I recommend something else. 9 times out of 10, parents okay with it. And hey, I recommend you get this $3 protection on the game in case anything aside from lost or stolen happens to it. Anything aside from lost or stolen. And I even tell the parents, hey, you want to snap the game in front of the kids because they're misbehaving or they're not doing good in school? Go ahead. As long as you have that warranty, we will replace it. Get you a brand new $60 game, and they won't be any the wiser. And parents will get it just based on that, and then some of them have actually wound up using the warranty for themselves because I've had parents come in with a toddler who's like 2.5, 3 years old, put the game in a paper shredder, and it comes back to me in shreds, and the shreds are about yay thin. You know, I'm just like, okay, cool. You got the warranty. Here's your new $60 game. You need to do one transaction. Get this all in. Here's your new game. Do you want to replace it? It's $3. You only paid $3 and some tax. And 9 times out of 10, yeah, let's do it because it just saved me $60. Right there, I didn't talk about a pro card. Didn't talk about anything to the guest. They said, hey, I need I need to get a new game. I've got the warranty on it. Here you go. Okay, do you want to get the new warranty on the new game? Boom, right there. I don't care about your pro card. I don't care about anything else. Because now I just guaranteed I'm getting a warranty on the game. Yes, the guest doesn't need it. But, they certainly wanted it after their kid just did that. So yes, we can use terms like, hey, I recommend you get this. Any salesman who's upselling something will do that. Again, go to a car dealership. Go to anywhere. Any restaurant or anything. 9 times out of 10, they'll try to upsell you on a card or something or being a rewards member with them. They will do it almost 9 times out of 10. Hey, do you have an account with us? Hey, are you a rewards member with us? Hey, let's sign you up for this. You'll build you up points so you can, we do like monthly giveaways and, free birthday dessert or whatever. Places do that all the time. So it's not just a GameStop thing. Like I said, GameStop's just in the news about it more because everybody's jumping on the bandwagon to bash GameStop. And again, I'm not trying to seem like I'm defending GameStop. I've had my fair share of shit at GameStop. At my location alone, I've gone through. I'm now on my third store manager. I'm on my fifth and sixth regional leaders or district leaders in my area since I've been working at this company. I've also gone through about 4 or 5 different assistant store. I'm my store's fifth assistant store manager. Several of them quit or were fired. One of them was fired because he was sleeping with an SGA who they started hooking up together around E3 2018 because they went there together. When they came back, they were basically, you can tell the dynamic between them had changed. HR knew about it, but then couldn't do anything about it because nobody else said anything about it. So there's shitty HR everywhere too. I saw there was a video you posted where, a store manager complained that their district leader was groping them, or their store manager was groping them and everything else, and then a store manager had a district leader hitting on them, and basically got them fired because they wouldn't sleep with that district manager. That happens everywhere. That happens anywhere. Anywhere that happens. Again, it's only in the news now because everybody's jumping on the GameStop bandwagon of I hate GameStop, I hate GameStop. Yet a lot of those same people who say they hate GameStop and will never shop with GameStop are still shopping with GameStop. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, GameStop's going out of business in 2020." No, they're not. Not really. Oh, the stock market's crashing on them. Stock market on everybody's crashing right now because of this pandemic we're in. Yes, GameStop's not doing so great financially. Who is right now? Last year, a lot of places were just strapped on their sales. Amazon, even, I believe, reported a downtrend on their sales for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Amazon, I think, the biggest online retailer that there is, the biggest e-commerce website aside from eBay. And their profits were down. So it's not just a GameStop thing. Look at Tesla. Elon Musk, who owns eBay and who owns Tesla, that stock's been going like this every other day, going up, going down, going up, going down, going up, going down. Nobody is saying that they're going out of business because they're still making money. GameStop is still a multi-million-dollar company. GameStop is not going anywhere yet. Yo, especially with the PlayStation 5 basically being confirmed as backwards compatible, and a lot of good PlayStation 4 games are on discs, and a lot of them are very dirt cheap now. Yo, you don't want to pay $60 in the PlayStation Store for God of War when you can spend $15 over at GameStop and get it, $45 cheaper. The used market is still there. A lot of people still want their physical games. So GameStop's not going anywhere. Again, I think you've just been being fed bad information. And if you want confirmation that I still an employee there, I can show you redacted pay stubs or whatever you want. I'm not defending GameStop by any means. Like I said, I've had my fair share of shit with them. I had a district manager just come up to my face and tell me I'm doing a shit job and he's gonna fire me. I'm still there. I'm still there because I do my job and I do it well. I'm not chasing numbers. The people are like, oh, they're forcing us to get these tech trade quotes. They're not really, it's not really much different than, going up to somebody, having a genuine conversation, like, hey, I don't know if you saw any of the signs here in the store, but we do buy your phones. 9 times out of 10, nobody will, everybody will be like, okay, and then just go about their daily business. 1 out of every 10 guests will say, oh, I've got a couple of old phones at home. Can you, how much will you give me for these? And then the employee can go run to the register. Oh, you have an iPhone 7? Oh, right now you can get about $50 store credit or 30 cash or whatever it might be. It all, it's all about how you represent things instead of trying to chase a number. You have genuine conversations. Another thing that was said in that GameStop finally caught lying proof corporate email, actual proof corporate email rather, was said that people weren't aware of the change of removing the buy two get one coupon. Yes, they were. They most certainly were. I can tell you for straight up fact they were, because I was one of the people who was actually very upset that the 10% off aspect went away. Because I bought a lot of my games used. Not because I got a discount on them, but because I didn't want to spend $60 on a game that had been out for over 2 years. Like Red Dead 2 is still $60. Still $60 has been out over 2 years now. Going on 2 years, I'd rather. So, I don't want to spend $60 on Red Dead 2 when I can spend $38 on it. Big old difference of like $22 right there, wouldn't you say? That's before tax. And then you include the Pro card and everything else. Pro card only took 10% off. That's about $4 right there. That covers the tax in my state. It's not bad. I'm upset that the 10% discount went away from the Pro cards. But you know what? I'm actually enjoying more because I'm buying less. I'm enjoying my $5 monthly coupon more than I enjoyed that 10% off. Because now I can use that coupon on whatever. I can use it on a new game on top of my employee discount. The employee discount, a lot of people forgot, was a multiplicative instead of additional, or additive on the pro count for employees. So you were only getting like 10% off and then 15% on top of the 10%. So it wasn't 25%. It was something like 17.5% or something stupid like that. So yeah, you're actually saving more money now than you did previously. And we were told way in advance. My area was told like September of 2019. Hey, we were given pamphlets in beginning of September of 2019 that said, hey, the new pro, the pro counts are going to be changing. It's going to be changing spring of 2020. This is what's going to be changing. The buy two get one coupon upon activation or renewal goes away. The 10% off goes away, but you get a $5 monthly coupon instead. We were told this September of 2019. And then on the email basically said nobody was told this. No, we were told September of 2019 that this would happen. And then in November, we got updated flyers saying, hey, this is actually happening January 16th, 2020. They had an exact date on it of when all of this would change. A lot of guests that I had, oh, I'm not going to renew my card then because it doesn't seem worth it to me. Okay, up to you. Oh, this actually works a lot better for me. I'm going to keep renewing my account. Oh, how much does it cost now? 9 times out of 10. So if you want to stay, keep it at $15, you're gonna get the Game Informer magazine now digitally. If you want to keep on getting it physically, it does jump up to $20. However, you still get the $5 coupon that's gonna be good, upon activation of your account right now. And right now, still in March, that $5 coupon that prints out on the receipt is still going. If we were to allow anybody to come into the store to actually buy something and renew their account, they would still get that $5 coupon if they renewed their account. So it's a give and take relationship. I would rather have the $5 coupon right then and there upon renewal of my account than have to wait a day or two for the buy two get one coupon on pre-owned items to come in my to come onto my account. $5, yeah, I just spent $10, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, 2 months later, it's now paid for itself. Because you're already getting the $5 coupon immediately, and then you get another $5 coupon for the month after that. Good for that full month. If you don't use it, oh well, you get another one for the next month. So you're still saving money regardless of whenever you come in. You come in 3 separate times, 3 separate months, you basically saved what the card is worth. Come in 4 times, you've now saved more than what the account is worth, going digitally. Come in 5 times, you've already saved more than what the card's worth and then some. So I don't see how this is that bad. I would like to have an open discussion with you over Discord or something like that. We don't need to do cams, we don't need to do any of that. But I would definitely like to have an open discussion with you and see why all the hate's been being on GameStop and people aren't complaining all that much about Amazon's shitty work conditions, Whole Foods shitty work conditions, grocery store shitty work conditions, Target work conditions. Like, a lot of places have shitty work conditions. One of my siblings used to be a manager at a clothing retailer. I'm not going to mention a name, but they were a clothing retailer known for their clothings, like big old department, like clothing department store, and horror stories of people shitting on the floor in the dressing rooms, people stealing, and then basically being like the person who stole spitting on the employees and everything else, and HR doing nothing about it. Employees caught on camera basically taking shit in, you know, in dressing rooms and doing nothing about it. Managers hitting on other people and doing nothing about it. So it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. And those work conditions are still going on. Like I said, do research onto Amazon. A lot of Amazon employees that have left there are now speaking out. Be like, yeah, the work conditions are shitty. I have to go 600 yards from one side of the warehouse to the other in like 2 minutes to try and get this item for this guest, and I have to run all the way back to the other side because as a fulfillment agent, I have to go wherever, whatever they send to me, and half the time it's all the way on the other side of the area. So they're constantly rotating employees in and out because they can't keep employees for long enough because employees there are saying, this company is shit to work for in the warehouse. I'm gonna quit. Like I said, I've been with GameStop 9 years and can verify that. And yes, GameStop is shitty when it comes to their practices, but they're not the worst by far, and I'm not defending them by far. Again, they're shitty, and they're shady, but so is every other place you go to in the year 2020. Yes, a lot of places are struggling to stay afloat, and during this whole pandemic, no, GameStop is going to be paying us if our store closes down. As an assistant store manager, I'm getting up to 80 additional hours of paid time off to use at my discretion. I can choose if I want to go to work or not. I'm not being forced to go to work without, with fear of not getting paid or fear of getting fired. My employees, who I basically just had to tell today, hey, our hours are being reduced even more. We're going from 91 hours to 70 hours. You know, I basically had to call my employees today and be like, hey, you know, so this is the scenario. Uh, if you want to, you can file for temporary unemployment. You still have a job with GameStop, just we are not going to be having hours for a while. And, you're still here, you're still employed, but unfortunately, you need, if you want to, you can file for temporary unemployment. You know, once this is all over and we go back to business as normal, you're gonna get scheduled again and everything else, and it'll be business as usual. But until then, until further notice, this is what's gonna go on. You know, at this point, I'm gonna start dipping into my paid time off, and so is my store manager, so that we can at least get the third person in the store. It's not just me and him. So yeah, there's shit happening everywhere. My oldest sibling, who worked at that clothing store, now works at another big warehouse store, and might have to go back to work on Wednesday. So yes, every place is shitty. Every place is shitty. But we should just stop the outcry of, oh my god, GameStop's horrible, close all your stores, you're done. You're done, you're dead, close, 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 close. I can't wait for you guys to close. We need to stop that, because GameStop's not going anywhere for a while. Again, I would like to have an open conversation and try and fill some of the miscommunication and misinformation that's been going your way, as well as a lot of other people's. Or other, being dispersed to a lot of other people. I'm not blaming you for the misinformation of scorned employees and people that have vendetta against a company that might have, probably did them wrong. Yes, GameStop is shit. Yes, GameStop does shitty stuff. So does every other place. Every other retailer, every other place, any retail store, restaurant, fast food chain, anything. Every place has shitty people, shitty workers, and shit, HR and everything else. I've gone into some fast food places by me, and blatantly the manager hitting on one of the part-time employees. And I've called their corporate office saying, "Hey, this manager's actively hitting on one of their employees. This is a hostile work environment. I don't think it's safe for them." And the employee winds up getting fired, and the store manager just starts hitting on somebody else. So it happens. I didn't mean to cause up. I don't know if it was me who did that or they got transferred or anything, but it happens. It certainly happens. It's not just GameStop that's doing it. It's all other companies. Home Depot, Lowe's, Costco, Walmart. Hell, I've heard testimonials from ex-Walmart employees being told during their orientation, you should file for partial unemployment or food stamps because you're not going to be able to afford food, basic necessities at your job. You're not going to be able to afford buying groceries at your job. So how shitty is that compared to, oh, I have to go to work and try and get people to sign up for a pro card and get reservations. I'd rather be forced to try and sell people a pro card and reservations and warranties than being told I'm not going to be paid enough to buy groceries at my job. What we sell at GameStop is a luxury. Headsets, microphones, games, they're luxuries. You need your groceries. You need to eat. And for companies to be like that to their employees, telling them, oh, you should file for food stamps or whatever, because you're not going to be able to afford on your on your hours and on your pay, you're not going to be able to afford groceries here. That's kind of shitty. So yes, shit is everywhere. Just I would like to stop the bashing on GameStop because, oh my god, another employee just quit. Oh my god, they're closing X amount of stores. Yes, places close. There are three additional locations closing in my area because there's another GameStop a mile away from that one. You don't need two GameStops within 2 miles of each other or a mile of each other. You don't. Like, let's face facts here. You don't need a GameStop on every other corner. You don't just like you don't need a Starbucks on every other corner. There's 6 Starbucks within a mile of each other in my area. We don't need that many. I can almost guarantee you in a few years they're going to close some of them, so you don't need one in every other corner now. You don't. So this is just the fact of business. From a business standpoint, yes, it makes sense to close stores that are not performing well. Kind of does. You don't need to have 6 GameStops within 3 miles of each other. When I first started working for GameStop, there were literally three of them within a mile, not even a mile of each other. They were across the street from each other. That's how close they were. So of course it made sense to close 2 of them down. So you don't need 3 literally in walking distance from each other in a 5-minute walk. You could walk from one of them into the mall, to the one that was inside of the mall, out of the mall, and to the other one in about 15 minutes, traffic abiding. So, yes, of course it makes sense to close stores that are in close proximity to one another. You don't need so many and so many, in so few locations. Spread them out. Business 101 right there. If everybody complaining about GameStop's pricing on games, try to buy your games digitally for full price, or get the disc that's used for a fraction of the price, like God of War or Red Dead Redemption 2, that is still full price on platforms. They were charging $60 for Fallout 76, and we've had Fallout 76 for like $12 at one point. $5 even. So no, brick and mortar stores aren't going anywhere. Yes, GameStop is shitty. Yes, GameStop does shitty practices, but so does every other company. And again, I'm not attacking you. I don't want your 100,000 plus followers and subscribers to jump on me saying that I'm a corporate shill, because I'm not. I'm just saying there's shit other places too, and we should be shedding more of a light on the other shit as well as GameStops. Not just here's GameStop, focus on GameStop, and tunnel vision onto it. We don't need to tunnel vision and have no blinders blinding us from everything else. We don't need those blinders, to Amazon shitty practices and Walmart shitty practices and Targets and Best Buys. We don't need to put blinders on and just focus on GameStop. We can have an open discussion and talk about other shitty companies and their shitty practices. GameStop's only been on the news recently because it's the hot button thing to do. So please, let's have an open discussion about this one time. Sometime soon maybe. Hit me up on Twitter, DM me. If you want me to verify my credentials, I certainly can take screenshots and redact personal information, but definitely show you I have paychecks coming in from GameStop, and I'm still scheduled at GameStop. Until then, my name has been Shout as well. Talk to you sometime.